Welcome back, fellow programmers. In today's video, we will delve into the captivating world of perfect numbers, abundant numbers, and we'll also learn how to calculate the sum of divisors for a given number using Java. Let's get started. Perfect number. A perfect number is a positive integer that is equal to the sum of its proper divisors, excluding the number itself. Now, let's take a look at a Java code snippet that determines whether a given number is a perfect number or not. Here's an example code. Here's how the code works. Initialize a variable called sum to 0. This variable will store the sum of the proper divisors of the number. Use a loop to iterate through the numbers from 1 to number -1. For each iteration, check if number is divisible by I using the modulo operator %. If the remainder is 0, it means I is a proper divisor of number. If I is a proper divisor, add it to the sum variable. After the loop completes, check if the sum is equal to the number. If the sum is equal to the number, print perfect, indicating that the number is perfect. If the sum is not equal to the number, print not perfect, indicating that the number is not perfect. Let's trace the code with an example. Let's say the value of number is 6. 1. Initialize the variable sum to 0. 2. The loop starts with I equals 1. Check if number %I equals 0. Since 6 is divisible by 1, the condition is true. Add I to sum, so sum equals 0 plus 1 equals 1. 3. The loop continues with I equals 2. Check if number %I equals 0. Since 6 is divisible by 2, the condition is true. Add I to sum, so sum equals 1 plus 2 equals 3. 4. The loop continues with I equals 3. Check if number %I equals 0. Since 6 is divisible by 3, the condition is true. Add I to sum, so sum equals 3 plus 3 equals 6. 5. The loop ends because I is now equal to number -1, which is 5. 6. Check if sum is equal to number. In this case, sum equals 6 and number equals 6, so the condition is true. Print perfect. 7. Program execution ends. Therefore, when the value of number is 6, the code will output perfect. Abundant number. An abundant number is a positive integer where the sum of its proper divisors, excluding the number itself, is greater than the number itself. Now, let's take a look at a Java code snippet that determines whether a given number is an abundant number or not. Here's an example code. Let's go through the code and trace its execution. 1. We define a class named abundant number and a main method where our code starts. 2. We declare an integer variable number and assign it a value of 12. This is the number we want to check if it is abundant or not. 3. We also declare an integer variable sum of divisors and initialize it to 0. This variable will be used to store the sum of the proper divisors of the number. 4. We enter a for loop that starts from I equals 1 and iterates until I is less than or equal to half of number. This loop will check all possible divisors of the number except for the number itself. 5. Inside the loop, we check if the number is divisible by I using the modulus operator, %. If the remainder is 0, then I is a divisor of the number. 6. If I is a divisor, we add it to the sum of divisors variable. 7. After the loop finishes, we have calculated the sum of the proper divisors of the number. 8. We compare sum of divisors with number. If the sum is greater than the number, we print that the number is an abundant number. Otherwise, we print that it is not an abundant number. 9. The program ends. In the case of the provided code snippet, since the value of number is 12, the program will iterate from I equals 1 to I equals 6, half of 12. It will find that the proper divisors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. The sum of these divisors is 16, which is greater than 12. Therefore, the program will output 12 is an abundant number. You can modify the number variable in the code to test it with different values and see if they are abundant or not. Calculate the sum of divisors. The sum of divisors is the total sum of all the positive integers that evenly divide a given number without leaving a remainder. It includes the number itself and 1. Now, let's take a look at a Java program that calculates the sum of divisors for a given number. Here's the code. Now, let's trace the program execution with number equals 12. 1. Start with the given number equals 12 and set sum equals 0. 2. Iterate through numbers I from 1 to 12. 3. For I equals 1, since 12 modulo 1 is equal to 0, add 1 to sum. 4. For I equals 2, since 12 modulo 2 is equal to 0, add 2 to sum. 5. For I equals 3, since 12 modulo 3 is equal to 0, add 3 to sum. 6. For I equals 4, since 12 modulo 4 is equal to 0, add 4 to sum. 7. For I equals 5, since 12 modulo 5 is not equal to 0, do nothing. 8. For I equals 6, since 12 modulo 6 is equal to 0, add 6 to sum. 9. For I equals 7 to I equals 12. Skip as they are not divisors of 12. 10. The loop ends, and the final value of sum is 28. 11. Print the result. The sum of divisors for 12 is 28. This tracing summarizes the key steps of the program, showing how the divisors are identified and added to the sum. And that's it for today's video. I hope you found this explanation helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!